YouTube, what is going on? Back with my latest video. Today I'm going to be counting down my top 5 Funko Pops of 2021. So I know it's a little late, it's in the new year now. We're starting it off with this countdown, kind of looking back on last year. So without further ado, let's get right into the list and see what cracked my top 5. Here we go.
Listen, been in the game for a minute, clocking in because it's time to get down to business. Stunting is a habit, on me I'm good at it. Ask around town, I'm known as the Popsavage.
Alright guys, before we get into this video, please smash that like button down below. Let me know you guys are enjoying these videos, and as always, if you're new to this channel, welcome. Hit subscribe button down below as well so you're updated on most recent content. Hit that bell notification so you're alerted as soon as I post a new video. So 2021 was an interesting year for me. I didn't buy as many Funko Pops last year as I did any other year. I definitely bought a lot more Pokemon and sport cards and also comic books. If you'd like to see a top 5 or 10 countdown for those, a lot more, drop down in the comment section below if that's something you're interested in seeing. But for Funko Pops, I didn't buy as many, which just kind of helped me hone in onto what my favorites were, and they kind of meant a little bit more to me because when you get a collection like mine, it gets to be a point you get really picky as far as what you're picking up in your collection, and these all kind of stood out for me as far as pops that were worthy of being top 5 in any year, and especially this year. So I do have one honorable mention, but other than that, I just tried to hone it into the top 5 instead of going to 10 and kind of throwing in things that I just thought were okay. All 5 of these top pops I have are very special to me. So let's get right into the list and see what I got. Alright guys, so like I said, we had to have an honorable mention only because I don't think I could go through this whole year without mentioning this pop right here, because it's one of the favorite ones I did pick up this year, but I think the other 5 meant a little bit more to me. But we have the Freddy Funko as Hercules. So you guys know that I'm a huge Freddy Funko collector as far as I like those more than a lot of other pops, just because I think it's a dope design anytime Funko decides to make their mascot into another character, popular character such as Hercules. This was part of the box of fun from, I guess, FunCon, was it? Yeah, FunCon. And there was 2 different versions of this. There's a glow-in-the-dark one, and then this one, which maybe there's 3 different versions, but this is the one I have, and it's the only one that matters. Very cool, limited to 2,000 pieces. Hercules is one of my favorite Disney movies, and if you can see back there, I'm a huge Disney collector, so Hercules being underrated and putting Freddy Funko in that costume just kind of made this one very dope. There were other really cool ones this year that dropped, the Wolfman one, the Fortnite one, the HR Puff and stuff, but to me this was my favorite that I picked up for this year, and a very cool Freddy Funko, and the mascot of Funko had to make the list, and definitely the honor mention for this year. Alright guys, so moving on into the list, at number 5, I couldn't really decide what I wanted to put at number 5 as far as which pop, because the line in general is kind of number 5 for me, but this pop stood above the rest to me as far as being the best pop from the line. I know each person that likes this line is going to have their own favorite, but this is one that I liked as far as the execution and also the packaging for it. We have the Soup Nazi from Seinfeld. So Seinfeld for me is one of the few shows that I've watched all the way through multiple times. I've seen those episodes so many times. I mentioned in the past, I have, like, from college, I downloaded the whole series onto a hard drive, you know, illegally. But it was definitely a show that I grew up with and also still watch today. And this one just kind of stood out to me, you know, all the normal characters, you know, regular characters, so say Newman, George, Kramer, Elaine, Jerry, were real cool to see. But this one to me, you know, if you think of Seinfeld episodes, you probably think of the Puffy Shirt episode, or you think of the Soup Nazi episode, and this one just kind of stood out more to me. The packaging on it is really cool, the t-shirts. Funko did a really good job as far as rebranding the t-shirts this year, as far as making them a little bit more of a display piece. Since people are displaying stuff in box, this helps do it a lot more. We can actually see the Funko Pop, and I think this is one of the first ones that they did this design on. That's why it kind of stood out for me, and it's just a very cool pop. You know, it definitely captures who it is. You know, me, I'm not really like a people pop person, like where it's just a human in pop form, but this one you can kind of tell who it is even out of the box. You don't need all the signage and name tag on it. You know that that's a Soup Nazi, and very cool pop. I had to put a Seinfeld pop in this list just because of that meaning of the show for me, and this one stands above all the others for me. So at number 5 for 2021, we have the Soup Nazi Funko Pop from Walmart. Alright guys, so up next is a pop that when I was looking to make this list, I didn't even realize this was still 2021 because it's been such a long time ago. I think this pop dropped in the beginning of 2021, and it's one of the pops that you know, I've watched this show a lot this year, kind of appreciate this character more, and just in general, the design on this one is so detailed that this pop came broken for a lot of people, and that is the Nejiri Hado pop from My Hero Academia. So this one's just really cool. I feel like I had to have an anime pop in this list. There's a lot of other ones I picked up. Gang Orca was really cool, Fat Gun was cool, a lot of the other My Hero pops and Hunter x Hunter ones I picked up this year were cool, but for me this one kind of stood out the most. She's not my favorite character in the show by any means, but as far as a design, I think she came out probably the best in her hero costume. I know Amajiki looks pretty cool as well, but I don't have that pop currently, so I tried to stick to the pops I already have in my collection. There was a lot of pops that I still don't have that dropped in 2021 that definitely could have made this list. But this one, I just feel like they did a really good job of the details, like the electricity she has, and the way they styled her hair. It just looks just like she does on the show. They give the illusion that she's flying like she does in the show as well. It's just an overall very, very dope pop. Like I said, the details were so well done. They originally came broken. Funko did the right thing and replaced them, but this pop to me is definitely the standout of any con pop probably this year. Emerald City Comic Con was when this one dropped. I can't think of a New York City Comic Con or Fun Con or whatever they call it pop that stands above this one. This to me is probably the best con pop of the year and definitely my favorite anime pop for 2021. Alright guys, so 2021 was definitely the year of the black light. So at number 3, I had to include one. I think with all the oversaturation of black light, we kind of forgot that there were actually some dope black light pops included in this year, and this one to me is far and above the best one, and that's the Ghost Rider from Funko Shop. So I just think this one's really cool because of the details. The Pop Rides normally have a lot more detail. I know like the Pop Rides, the deluxe version stuff, and 10-inch ones don't get as much love because they're harder to collect or display in store, but they honestly and truly are probably the best figures Funko makes, and this one's no exception. The details on this one are just amazing to me. Even if you're not a fan of Funko Pops and you're just like a Marvel collector or just a fan of collectibles in general, this one stands out. I know not a lot of people are fans of the blacklight stuff, you know, definitely hit or miss for some people, but for me personally, this one is just amazing. The colors they chose, the way they implemented the paint job onto the character, it just looks incredible to me. And in general, there's a lot of blacklight stuff that came out this year, like the Alice in Wonderland I think were pretty dope. The Venom one was pretty cool, but I don't think they even are close to how great this Ghost Rider one is. Definitely one of my favorite pops of the year. It did end up going up a lot in value, so I guess a lot of people do appreciate it just as much as I do, but hands down this one is the best blacklight of 2021, and it kind of didn't feel right to not include a blacklight for this year, and this one definitely is the king to me. Alright guys, so we're down to the top 2. So these 2 pops, when I made this list I knew these 2 were going to be on here, so they were definitely had to be number 1 and 2 on the list. This number 2 pop, I definitely think there's a better version of it, I just don't have it yet, but even still, this one still remains number 2 on my list because it's just, you know, a pop that we all knew was coming, but when it dropped, it kind of met expectations. That's kind of what happens a lot is, you know something's coming, you want it to come, and it kind of disappoints you. This one didn't. We have Charizard from Pokemon. So Charizard needs no introduction. This was definitely the year of Pokemon as well. And Charizard's a pop that we have been asking for a long time. We've been getting, you know, Vulpix and Growlithe and Rattata, or however you pronounce that guy's name, Pidgey, you know, Mr. Mime, and we got no Charizard. And this pop was one we knew was coming, but the mold on it just looks so great. It's bigger than the other Funko Pops as far as like the 4-inch ones, bigger than Pikachu, bigger than Horsey that's also in that set. I still don't know what we got a Horsey pop, but Charizard looks very, very nice. The sculpt is really well done. There is a 10-inch one, that's the one I said I wish I had. I've been looking for it, just haven't gotten it yet, but that one is even more amazing. Hopefully we get a shiny version of Charizard in the future. I'm sure we'll get Flocked and Diamond, but hopefully we get a shiny one. But Charizard is definitely a a pop that kind of deserved the hype it got. It's just a common, and everyone was probably able to get it, but still the common pops sometimes are the heavy hitters of the year. And number 2, we have Charizard, definitely the second best pop of the year to me. Alright guys, and then number 1, like I said, it didn't have to be a pop that came out this year, just a pop I picked up this year. So this one is definitely, when I made this list, I knew it was going to be number 1 because it's been a pop I've been looking for a long time. If you guys follow this channel, you already know what it was, but this is a pop that it just kind of cemented the year for me. It got at the end, and it kind of just completed the year in the right fashion as far as getting all the pops I wanted this year. We have Azula from Avatar. So this pop is just amazing to me, just because I think Azula's the best character on Avatar by far. Definitely the flaws, the character, plot line for her was one of the best, and I think they did a really good job at executing this pop, just by having just a little bit of lightning on there. Now there is a new one that's coming out that I think looks pretty cool. I think there's a chase for it as well. But Azula was one I've been trying to track down ever since I left it out of the collection. And definitely this year for me was about patience and not trying to jump on just everything. As far as in the past, if there was a pop that dropped, I had to have it if I wanted it. To me, this year I've just been kind of waiting for things to kind of fall in my lap, and that's what happened to Azula. This one I got for retail, and just one of my favorite pops in the collection. Not really my most valuable pop by any stretch of the imagination, but definitely one of my favorite. Definitely, if I made a top 10 list, I think this would be in it, just because of what it means to me and how long it took me to get this pop. So sometimes it's not about the mold or the character, it's about the journey and the chase, and that's why Azula makes it to number 1 on this list easily for me. So there you guys go. Those are my top 5 Funko Pops this year. Like I said, if you're interested in seeing my top comic books or top cards list, just drop down in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to make those videos, because I bought a lot more of that this year than I did Funko Pops. But I hope you guys enjoyed this list. Let me know what your list would be in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys picked up and what your favorite thing that you added to your collection was this year. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate your support as always. We have now hit 15,000 subscribers on this channel, which is amazing, and I will be announcing the winner of that giveaway very, very soon, so definitely stay tuned for that. So thanks again for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Check me out my second channel, Savage Race, where I do Pokemon and sport card openings, and also check me out my Instagram at ThePopSavage. You can stay connected there too. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.